Hey guys, Sharpend here. In this video I'm going to show you how to create rhythmic patterns with your reverb to make something like this sound like that. So in order to create this type of reverb patterns, I'm going to be using a sound that has a sharp attack to it. You could use any pluck sound or some guitar strumming or a piano being played at high velocities. I chose to use some guitar strumming that sounds like this. As you can hear, it has a lot of high frequencies and the attack on the strumming is very sharp, which is important for this type of sound. So what I'm going to be doing is to route it to a mixer track. I'm going to open a Convolution Reverb. I'm going to set the dry knob all the way off. Now I'm going to find a drum loop that is made mostly out of hi-hat samples or Foley samples, and that contains mostly mid and high frequencies without any low-end frequencies. That is mostly because we don't want to have reverb on our low frequencies, our sub-bass frequencies. It will just create a lot of unnecessary mud. So this drum loop, for example, works just fine because it has a lot of high frequencies and some mid frequencies. So what I'm going to do is to make sure that my tempo is the same as the drum loop's tempo, and then I'm going to load it into my Convolution Reverb. So right now it sounds like this. So I feel like I'm missing a bit of the mid frequencies in this drum loop, so what I'm going to do is to EQ it to increase the mid frequencies by a bit, and I'm also going to pitch shift it. I'm going to lower its pitch so that it will have some extra mid frequencies and a little bit less of the high frequencies. Right. So now I feel that it's missing a bit on the high frequencies, so I'm going to increase them using an EQ as well, like that. So now that we have the basic sound, we can use some tricks to make it sound more interesting, like for example reversing the drum loop so that it sounds reversed. Or if we're looking for a sound that has a little bit less of a sharp attack to it, we can blur our drum loop. So the more we blur it, the less the attack is noticeable, like that. And if I blur it one more time, it will get a lot more noticeable. So yeah, but I'm going to keep it the way it was without the blur so that it sounds like this. Now the thing is, because it's a convolution reverb, it's going to play through the whole drum loop, which is 10 seconds, and we don't need that long of a reverb. It's just going to overlap over the chords. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record each chord separately. So I'm going to cut them all up, and I'm going to record them by recording an additional bar than how long the chord is actually being played for, so that I can blend it in with the other chords later on. So I'm going to record the first chord. Like that. Now that I have it recorded, I'm going to put it in our playlist. And I'm going to do the same for all of the other chords, like that. Now that we have all of our chords set together, I'm going to fade between them. So I'm going to take the first chord and I'm going to create a volume envelope so that it maintains its volume throughout the first bar, but in the second bar it fades so that we get a smooth transition like that. I'm going to do the same for every one of those samples like that. So now that we have them all together, it should sound like this. Now, another thing that you can do to make it sound more interesting is to blend in the original signal without the reverb after you have the reverb result. So I'm just going to turn off the convolution reverb and I'm going to blend it in with our reverb samples. And yeah, that is pretty much it. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what subject do you want me to cover up next time.